Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Game Junk Podcast, episode 204, recording on Labor Day, Monday, September 2nd, 2024. My name is Frank.
My name is Sean.
And my name is Andrew.
And we're all together again. It's been a while.
Feels great.
Gentlemen, yes, it does. And it's September. The nights are cool. That everyone's getting sick. It must be the beginning of fall and back to school. So it's time for our fall preview where we play Game or Junk with all of the major releases of this upcoming fall game season. Anything you guys need to talk about before we get into Game or Junk? How's life?
Pretty good. I am starting to get sick, but it hasn't fully kicked in yet, so good to go.
I'm not sick, but I am having major allergy attacks on a daily basis, and that's not fun. But my kids got a trampoline, so that's been a lot of fun. I forgot how fun trampolines were, and all the kids are coming over now and just constantly jumping on the trampoline, so that's always good.
And actually, Bart's Inner Child, Simpsons. Yeah. Start the trampoline with all the kids getting injured. The greatest episode in all of the Simpsons history is Bart's Inner Child. Best intro, best outro, best middle. The best.
Well, okay. I'll have to do that then.
All right. You ready, Sean? Are you ready to game or junk?
Of course. I mean, this is what people wait for.
Are you ready to game or junk?
100%. 100%.
Right. Let's start it up. I'm ready. September 3rd. We're already out of the August releases. Sorry, Outlaws. You've already been gamed and junked by me. And Sean's gaming it. He'll talk about it in what we played. September 3rd. Tomorrow, tonight at midnight. I could pre-download this thing. Harry Potter Quidditch on PlayStation Plus, among other platforms, but free on PlayStation Plus. Are we gaming or junking?
Have we said, like, if you download it to try it out on PlayStation Plus, is that considered gaming it?
Yes.
100%.
Okay, then I'm gaming it. I'm curious what a Quidditch game is going to be like.
So am I. I've watched all the movies twice, and I still don't know what Quidditch is. It's the stupidest game created.
I'm definitely gaming it, too. It's a sports game. Hello. This is my bread and butter. Although I don't know how to play it either.
I am absolutely junking. Whoever designed Quidditch is not a game designer, and I don't know how they're going to turn it into a game. But if they do, maybe I'll game it, but I highly doubt it. Junk. All right. The casting of Frank Stone, a new adventure game by the people that made The Quarry and Supermassive, right? And all those interactive stories. Are we gaming or junking the casting of Frank Stone?
I'm gonna say junk. I am curious about it, but for now I'm saying junk.
I was leaning game, but after Sean's not so confident junk, I'm also gonna junk it.
I have not played the last two games and I don't plan on starting, even if my name is in it. Goodbye, you're junk. The casting of Frank Stone. I cast ye away. September 4th, Age of Mythology Retold on Game Pass, day one. Big win. Are you guys gaming or junking the Age of Mythology Retold?
I will be junking this one.
I will also be junking this one. Not my cup of tea anymore, these Civilization sim games.
So many times I've made the effort to download Age of Empires, Zoo. What's the new Zoo game? And I'm like, I just want to sit down and play a sim or a strategy game, and it just doesn't happen. I do remember the Earthquake looking really cool in one of the Xbox showcases, but sorry, Age of Mythology Retold, you are junked. What the car?
This is a tricky one. I mean, it is available on Apple Arcade. I'm not currently subscribed to Apple Arcade, so I'm going to say I'm gaming it. I'm going to check it out.
I also am going to game it. It looks kind of fun. It reminds me of another game that I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but I'm I'm gonna game this one. I think at
I
least
haven't-
library it. We have another. We need another category. Library.
I won't allow that, but may add that distinction if you'd like. I haven't what the batted. What's the other what the?
What the golf was the
I haven't
first
what the
one.
golfed. So I'm not what the carring.
Fair enough.
Junked. Next up, the game of all games to game, and no one will junk. September 6th.
Wait. I forgot. We have two.
Oh, I also forgot.
How does it work again?
Game hard?
Game hard, two game hards.
Okay, well, you might want to use both on September 6th because it's Astrobot, a game that everyone I talk to is excited for, young or old, across the world. Astrobot, I think, is going to be the surprise hit of the year.
Definitely.
Are you gaming or junking Astrobot?
I mean, it's definitely a game, but I am going to use a game hard with this one. I've actually got it pre-ordered. I am ready for Astrobot.
Ooh, I'm also gaming it. I almost pulled the trigger on a pre-order when I saw that PlayStation Stars 150 bonus points towards it, but I did not. I abstained, but I'm gonna game. I won't jump to the game harder yet. Maybe I'll say that for something later on.
So
Okay.
I was going to save this for what we played, but might as well get into. I'm like fully in love with PlayStation again, and like the blue haze has never been thicker, denser. I'm wearing all blue in honor of this. I just hooked up my PlayStation 4 upstairs, reorganized my whole house. PlayStation 4, Vita, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 1 VR, PlayStation 2 VR. I re-downloaded Astro's Playroom and did all the trophies on that, getting ready for September 6th. And I downloaded Astro Bot Rescue Missions. I get the titles wrong sometimes. And hooked up my PS1 VR just to play that. And I played through the first world before this podcast, and it was amazing. I thought going back to the PS VR was going to be like jarring and unplayable, and it was surprisingly still pretty good. And Astrobot held up big time. So I never finished that game. I think I barely played it. So my goal this week is to beat Astrobot Rescue Missions before the new game Astrobot comes out on Friday. And I have pre-ordered the special edition DualSense controller. I've already pre-ordered and pre-downloaded. I almost ordered a Concord DualSense from the PlayStation Store in the United States, and almost a Concord hoodie. I was going nuts this week, dude.
Oh my goodness!
But I'm fully in on PlayStation.
You're not just fully in. You're like praying at the altar
I am
of Sony. The PlayStation 5, if you turn it just right and put a PlayStation 4 on top, it makes a pretty good altar. Once you're done with them, you just set them up as a permanent resident of your house, and you can start your day. You can start your day praying at your PS4, PS5 altar when you hook up your PS6.
I've got a lot of extra consoles. I could just build an altar with all the extra ones. Throw some stuff on there. All right. So Astrobot, I am gaming hard. I thought it was Saturday or Sunday, and it's like Bill's opening day game, and then I have a concert. And I was like, I'm not even going to get to play Astrobot on day one. It's Friday. I get to play it at midnight on Thursday. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is the most fired up I've been for a podcast in a long time. It's probably because I sat by myself in the house all day. You're the first people I've talked to today. All right. September 9th, Warhammer 40K, Space Marine 2.
A little bit interested in it. I don't know. I don't think I've played any of the previous ones. Is this the one that's more of like a co-op shooter type thing? I know one of the Warhammer games gets compared to like Deep Rock Galactic and those kind of games.
That's like Dark Tide and those games. Although I think
Vermintide, I think
a 40K version of Vermintide. I can't remember what it's called. This one, to my knowledge, is the kind of third-person shooter game, like campaign type.
Yes.
third person action game, which I know Dax is extremely excited for. So this game is on people's radar for sure.
So is it?
Hammer's another thing that I like. Well, I wish I got it. I wish I liked it. I wish I was as cool as Henry Cavill, but I'm not. And I think I'm just gonna have to junk it. But if it's gets great reviews, I might flip flop on this.
So is this like kind of like a Helldivers type thing then, or no?
No, I think it's more like a Gears of War thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
'Cause I do.
think
I
so.
do see like it looks like it is playable with up to 3-player co-op, but I guess it's more of a campaign than a.
I think. Please do not quote me on that. People may let us know in the comments on youtube.com/game junk. But regardless,
Well, you know what?
I'm junking.
I'm going to junk it.
I'm kind of interested. I'm going to game it. I'm going to game it, I think. Give
Game
it
it
a whirl.
Plus, will I be done Astrobot by then? Probably not. So it's got a bad timing window for me as well. September 10th, Yars Rising. Sean played the demo for this, a throwback to an Atari game, I believe.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Yars Rising is an Atari game. This is like a reinvention, I guess. It's a Metroidvania, but it has elements of the original arcade game or Atari game in it. Developed by Way Forward, who I like. I'm going to game it.
I'm going to junk this one. I'm kind of Metroidvania out at the moment. Taking a break. So, junk.
The art style for this game is not vibing with me. I am junking. Goodbye.
It does look a little stiff, the animations.
Something about it just doesn't call to me. September 10th, also, I Am Your Beast. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, so this is from the developers.
John, sorry to interrupt you. I don't know what this is, and we talked about it before the show, and I already forgot what it is. So, is this the yes adventure game thing?
Yes, this is the developers of El Paso Elsewhere. Strange Scaffold, I believe, is the developer. I liked El Paso Elsewhere, so that I'm interested, but still at this point going to junk it. It's on my radar, but I'm junking it.
We put this on for you. You got to game it, dude.
Sometimes you want to just have a game mentioned. Doesn't mean you have to
Elsewhere.
game it.
To game this thing, bud.
Well, I'm junking this. I have no idea what it is. And is this a VR game? No, just first-person shooter. Yeah, junk.
Junk. Sorry, you might be great. I'm your beast, but we're all junking you. September 11th, Jackbox Naughty Pack.
Ooh.
I don't know if this is a repackaging or new games. I think it's new games. I know they said, I don't know if it's out yet. On PC, they're releasing a hub. So you can play all your Jackbox collections and games from one hub. I think it's only on PC, not on consoles, but that's pretty cool. Are we getting naughty? Are we gaming naughty, gentlemen?
Well, it's a game for me. It's a little weird because, we play a lot of Jackbox as a family. So this one may not be played
Maybe
with the
not.
family.
Maybe not.
But I am interested and very curious. It seems like they are giving kind of a new spin to the franchise. I like it.
Think it has porno password or version of it?
Maybe.
I'm also intrigued by this one. I think it looks kind of fun. I'm gonna game it as well.
This game offends my moral sensibilities. The whole point of Jackbox is you make it naughty with your answers. I don't need the game to tell me to be naughty. I don't know if I'm going to like this. I'm going to say junk, but I'll probably buy it. All right, September 12th, Grapple Dogs, Cosmic Canine. Was recommended the first one by Corey. I tried it. It was pretty good, but didn't finish it. I barely got far at all. I think I'm going to junk Grapple Dogs, Cosmic Canine. What are you guys saying?
I think I'm going to game it. I liked the first one, tried the demo for this one, and I liked it more than the first one. I think it has two different characters, one of which has a gun. So there's shooting, and shooting is the best mechanic. So there you go.
Aiming and firing is the best mechanic.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a first one. And I'm going to pass on this. I'm going to junk it.
I'm also junking, but with hesitance. Also that day, September 12th, Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. I think we'll have another Grasshopper Suda collab or that's also getting remade. I've many times in my life tried to go back and play Lollipop Chainsaw and Lords of Shadows. It never took, but I think I'm going to make an effort this time. I'm going to game it.
I think the other game was Shadows of the Damned that
What did I say?
you said Lords of Shadows.
Oh my God. Edit that out.
I believe I may have both of these games in the shrink wrap still.
I have
I want to play them.
2 copies of each of these games, PS3 and Xbox.
Just 2?
That haven't been played. Yeah.
But I'm going to junk this one. I'm not feeling the urge to revisit it right this minute.
Is it coming to PC for the first time? Do these include PC?
That's a good question.
I see it on
Possibly.
Steam.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's the first time, but it is coming to PC.
I think so, yeah.
And I imagine Xbox, it says Windows, Microsoft Windows, like for the Xbox Windows platform or whatever. So I never played the first one, or I never played the original, and I never really was intrigued by it. So I'm going to junk this one as well. I have no interest in trying this for the second time.
Lollipop Chainsaw was like written by James Gunn, right? If I remember correctly.
I think so. That sounds right. Yeah.
Next up, a game which Sean and Jay played the demo for on patreon.com/filmjunk on our televisual tier. Check that out. Funko Fusion. I'm very curious about this, and I really appreciate the wide variety of franchises and adult franchises it's experimenting with, but I'm going to have to junk Funko Fusion. Junko Fusion.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna game. I was thinking about it. The demo didn't really sell me on it. The price point's not quite right, and there's just so much other stuff coming out this month. I'm gonna junk it, believe it or not.
Whoa. Okay, well, I'm junking it. I have no interest in Funko Pops or Fusion. So
I
junk.
expect Sean buys this game by December 25th.
Possible.
24th. 24th. You got to have it
I
ready.
don't know. Well, you never know. It might be like a Christmas day.
last minute edition.
PlayStation points. Kids want to play it.
I mean, if it's a Christmas gift, then I didn't buy it, so you know.
It's a family
On the
purchase.
store this morning. September 15th, Fear the Spotlight. I don't know why. I already forgot about this game too, so I'm a junk.
This is the first of the Blumhouse horror games that they're coming out with.
Oh, definitely junk. Stick to movies, Blumhouse.
Yeah, well, some of them looked interesting to me. This one doesn't. I don't know. Nothing about it really stands out. I'm curious, but I'm at this point will junk it.
Interesting. I'm gonna junk it too. I was kind of interested, but I don't know. It looks a little slow intentionally, but still too slow for me in terms of the sheer terror it's going to provide of my gaming muscles that want to move faster.
This guy's not digging you, Fear the Spotlight. You are junked. Sorry. Hope the reviews are good. We'll all end up buying it. We all buy any of these games. If the review's over a 9, at least 2 of us are buying them. If like the Metacritic is hovering near 88.
And the third is definitely borrowing it from the library.
Yeah. September 17th. Finally, a game we've talked about many times. The Plucky Squire coming to PlayStation Plus Premium as well. What do you guys say? I think we're all gaming. The question is, are we gaming hard?
Considered gaming hard, but I'm gonna game it. That's all there is to it. Very, very much looking forward to it, but I'm gaming it.
Oh, I'm gaming it hard. This game is going to be excellent, and it's on PlayStation Plus, so I don't have to pay any money for it that I'm not already paying. Definitely gaming hard, 100%.
I'm gaming, but not gaming hard because the next day I have to game hard. My number one most anticipated or number one announcement from summer game season, UFO 50. from the developers of Spelunky, Mossmouth, I believe. Does that sound right?
I think so, yeah.
And 50 games from an imaginary developer that span from NES to, I don't know exactly when it stops, but I cannot wait for this game. I'm gaming it hard. How about you guys?
I will game it.
Whoa. What else is he gaming? Sean, don't tell me. If you game hard on, there's one, I think I know what you're going to game hard on. It's that, I don't know why he's in love with this game. It's a VR game, right, Sean?
No, it's not.
That Behemoth game?
Oh, yeah. I thought he was going to game hard on Behemoth. Okay, then it's one of those Toxic Crusaders. Or
Maybe he's not even going to game hard on two things.
That's
You don't have to.
Maybe
You're
I only
not
have
forced
one
to game
hard
hard.
this year.
Sorry.
You're not
You're right.
forced to game hard.
All right. Are you gaming hard, Huck?
No, I'm not gaming hard on this game.
Gaming at all?
I'm gonna game it, but this is a game where I think I would play. This is a game where I would like buy it 20 years after the fact and like run through it, play it for like an hour, kind of like the Castlevania collection that I purchased, and then played a little bit of Castlevania 1 and was like, yeah, that's good. So I'm not sure how deep I'll get into this game, especially since it sounds like there is quite a bit of hidden stuff probably in this game to find. I imagine with like unlocking things based on finishing each game and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just game it regular.
I'm just looking at some new screenshots on Steam, and they look like really good, like real NES games. But there's like an intriguing element to all of them. I cannot wait for this game. The real question with this game is price point. I could see this thing being $39.99 will be the cheapest. I'm curious if they push like a $60 or $80 in Canada.
Ooh, I don't know.
You think?
60?
I don't know about that.
I think it would go like the 40, like the Witness 40.
Okay, yeah, me too. We'll see. There's a lot of content there. I'm curious. September 19th, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. There's something about the remasters coming out this fall season. Lords of the Shadows, Shadows of the Damned, Chainsaw Lollipop, Dead Rising, and we'll just do September 24th, Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed. Not so much Dead Rising, but the other three were all games that I was excited for, bought, tried a little bit, didn't dislike them, but just stopped playing them. And there's this weird similarity between all three of those games that I'm excited to revisit, and we'll probably have the exact same experience where I'll buy them and not play them. But I have a soft spot for the first Dead Rising, and I've been wanting to revisit it. So I will be gaming this deluxe remaster.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to get into Dead Rising several times. Never seems to take for me. I'm going to junk it. This could be the right opportunity to get into it, but I'm going to junk it.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing and couldn't unmute. There we go. So I will also junk it, but I must say I also really like the first Dead Rising game. But it's one of those games where I play it more for the awe of the amount of pure zombies that are on screen at one time, and especially in like the 360 era when this came out, that was like extremely impressive. But it's one of those games where I always feel stressed out by the clock, and I never am able to like figure out where to go in time, and then just quit the game. And so I don't need that stress in my life. I'm junking it.
He's junking it. I agree with the clock. It's
a respectful junk, let's say.
I get so angry when I miss a mission and whatever. I'm excited for it. September 19th, Beyond Shadowgate. I really don't know what this is. I've never played a Shadowgate game. I am junking.
Big fan of the original Shadowgate and the Deja Vu games. From what I understand, they've done some Shadowgate sequels that were kind of like 3D sequels that really didn't feel like the original. This is going back to some sort of half-made game from the NES era and finishing it. So I'm kind of intrigued. I'm going to game this one.
Are the Deja Vu games related to Shadowgate?
I believe it's the same developer.
Okay, because I was going to mention Deja Vu because that's I've never played a Shadowgate game, but I've played Deja Vu and I loved it. So I was going to say I'm going to game this game, and I didn't realize they were related. So that's all the more reason to game.
Yeah, not my bag really, but I will say the screenshots. I remember seeing the Shadowgate game for NES in like magazines, and they've recaptured it pretty faithfully. So looks pretty cool. Frostpunk 2 coming to Game Pass. And I never got into Frostpunk 1. Cool idea. Sims, not really my thing. I'm junking this one.
Yeah, don't really. I'm not too familiar with the original. This is just an easy junk for me.
I actually liked Frostpunk, the original game, and I can't remember what the other game that 11-bit studios did, but I feel like it was also The War of Mine. This War of Mine, that's what it was. Very good game. And but I never beat Frostpunk. I kind of just timed out on it. Didn't really like it. So for that, I don't feel compelled to go to Frostpunk 2, so I'm going to junk it as well.
Ouch.
Another respectful junk.
Taking some blows, Game Pass. These exclusives, or maybe not exclusives, but Game Pass day one. Okay, the Karate Kid Street Rumble. This feels like a Sean game. I'm not even sure what it is. I got a bunch of brawlers coming up at the end of the year anyway, so I'm junking this one.
Yeah, this is another brawler. I mean, in another year, maybe I would game this, but there's too many other retro brawlers to play, so I'm gonna junk this one.
I'm also going to junk it. I'm not a huge Karate Kid fan. I haven't watched the Cobra Kai series, which is maybe what they're trying to harness. So I'm junking it. Not my cup of tea right now.
You know what? I'm looking at some screenshots. Kind of digging it. I'm switching to a game. I'm in. Next up, another Game Pass strategy/sim game, Ara History Untold. If you love, like, none of these games are even great on console. Like, these are all good for PC Game Pass. Like, it's weird that all of the Game Pass drops are Sims. Not a good sign. This was like a reimagining of history, if I remember correctly, like moving different civilizations or rulers to different environments, I think, is the premise behind this game. I'm junking, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. They have these two games, and they also have Civ 7, I believe, coming out early next year. None of them are really moving my needle. It's never really been a genre I'm big on, but I mean, this one I think just looked a little more unique than the others. That being said, I'm going to junk it.
Yeah, I'm going to junk it too. What's Europa Universalis 4? If I ever am going to play a game like this, it's going to be that game. And that game is so impenetrable that I will probably never play it. Although I do own it, but this game is not for me. Junk.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is if you like those types of games, Game Pass seems like it would be a very good value this fall. So, especially on PC. September 24th, Disney's Epic Mickey rebrushed. Always wanted to like Epic Mickey. Didn't really vibe with it on the Wii. I feel like I remember, you're going to draw with the Wiimote and like Okami, and you're going to solve all these puzzles with the brush. Then I think I played it and it was just kind of a typical 3D action platformer, which I like, and I'm kind of interested to revisit this. So I'm going to game it.
Yeah, I don't remember too much about the original. I think I did play a little bit. Hasn't this already been re-released, or
There was a sequel.
maybe that's what I'm thinking. But for now, I would say junk. But it's one of those ones that's like I'm a little bit curious.
I also thought it had been released already, re-released, but I'm going to junk it. I never played the original and not interested.
My heart said game, but my brain says junk. We'll see where it goes. September 26th, another big release, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. New 2D top-down Zelda starring Zelda. I'm gaming, but I have my doubts. I hope they can prove me wrong.
Well, I'm going to game hard. Game hard
Whoa.
on this one.
Surprise.
I will admit it's kind of a new twist that could be good, could be unique, or it could be bad. I really don't know at this point, but I'm putting my faith in Nintendo.
It's a game that asks the question, why jump when you can stack 5 beds over 2 minutes instead? No, it sounds like it's going to be a real blast. I'm ready to roast this game, so I'm definitely.
Yes. In a surprise turn of events, I bought a Nintendo Switch game voucher and pre-ordered this game and one other game that is coming up a little later. So I will be gaming this. I think it was a moment of weakness. I actually don't know why I bought this game voucher, but I did. And now I'm pot committed. So God damn it, I'm gaming.
Pro tip, buy your $100 gift cards at Costco at a discount, then use those Nintendo points to buy your vouchers, and you're really getting your discounts. If that's for digital games. If you're doing physical, got to go to Shoppers Drug Mart. Anyway, September 27th, EA Sports FC 25. I'm definitely junking this because 24 was free on PlayStation Plus, and I played that a bit, but not much. But I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I played a FIFA game or FC game. I don't even know when they switched over to FC, but it's going to be a junk for me. But if somebody can tell me there's some new revolutionary thing in this game that I got to check out, maybe I'll give it a poke.
Yeah, I pick up FIFA every couple of years, but I'm gonna junk this one. I didn't try last year's, and so I'm gonna junk it.
September 30th, Starfield Shattered Space expansion. Will this be the thing that pulls me back in? There's only one thing that will pull me back into Starfield. Do you know what it is?
No.
When it gets released on PlayStation. So I'm junking this.
Well, I thought I would be gaming this, but apparently it's not. This isn't a Game Pass thing. So you got to buy the DLC.
What?
Uh-oh.
Which is kind of like,
boy.
they've done this with other games too. I just didn't think they would be.
It's just like it's losing it at how this is supposed to be your big thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Game
Like,
Pass?
unless it's, I'm going to double check right now because I saw that and I was like, what? Like, I couldn't believe it. But yeah, like I don't know if I'm that interested enough to buy this DLC. Otherwise, I probably would have at least checked it out. They did, as part of the Gamescom thing, they also announced there's going to be a vehicle finally in the game, so you can get around a lot quicker, which sounds fun. But
Where's the outrage on this? If this is actually true, where's the IGN article?
It's a good question. I don't know. Like, maybe, like I said, I
It'll be
feel like there's
coming
been
so
other.
early. We're a month out.
I feel like there's been other games on Game Pass that they then did paid DLC for. Like, it's part of their strategy. So maybe people just expect it now. But I just thought,
Well,
for this
hey,
game,
it's $4 off if you have Game Pass though. So instead of $40, it's only $36.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good deal.
Wow.
I'm junking.
Look, if it's a problem, a very serious problem, that PlayStation is too focused on AAA games that win Game of the Year every year, I think it's a problem that a game that you get for free on Game Pass, and very typically they release all the DLC on Game Pass, that this is the only one or one of the few they're making people pay for. All right, moving on. October 2nd.
Whoa. I didn't get my turn to say junk.
I'm sorry, Huck.
Holy shit, man. God damn it. I want to junk this too,
There's a ton left. I'm like, what?
I know we got a lot to go through. All right, let's go. Let's speed it up.
Let's do let's do a speed round here.
I got to readjust all the windows, Frank. You're messing me up.
Oh, what the?
Okay, Get your camera back. There we go. You smacked that table hard, didn't
Very
you?
loose USB connection.
Do you need to rearrange windows, Huck?
No, I got it. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I did it
Kill
fast.
Knight, top down, kind of action game. I think it visually looks awesome. I'm gaming it.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I believe it is a roguelike, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to junk it.
Oh, I also think it looks kind of cool. I think I might game this one.
Pinball Spire. Don't remember it too much. I'm junking.
Pretty sure I played the demo for this, and it was pretty fun from what I remember, so I'm going to game it.
I'm going to junk it as well. I'm not feeling it.
Rollers of the Realm is the only pinball game.
That's right.
Metal Hellsinger VR. I don't see how my lack of rhythm for rhythm action games is going to improve in VR, so I'm a junk.
I haven't played Metal Hellsinger, although I've had it downloaded for quite a while. I'm going to junk, but maybe it'll find a new audience in VR.
I'm also going to junk. VR is not my thing.
Until Dawn remake, I think on PS5 and PC, junk for me.
I do want to play one of the versions of Until Dawn. I've never played it, and it feels like I do need to maybe play the remake now that this is coming out, but I'm not in a hurry, so I'm going to say junk for now.
I'm also going to say junk, but I'm kind of intrigued how they're marketing this game because it seems like the first time this game came out, it was really heavy on the like story choices and picking which direction to go, and they don't seem to be laying into that in the marketing. So I wonder if they've actually changed how the game works or not in this remake. So I'm kind of interested to see how this game is once it comes out, but I'm junking it.
Next up, October 7th, Phoenix Springs. Has a very interesting art style, was part of the Day of the Devs, I believe, and an adventure game with a very cool visual style. I will be gaming this one.
Yeah, I'm gaming this one as well. It looks pretty cool, and I'm down for some retro point-and-click adventure with cool art style.
Yeah, I'm gonna game it as well. Looks pretty neat.
Next up, October 8th, Silent Hill 2, the Bloober remake. And I think people said the last gameplay they released was an improvement over what people thought was not that great previously. And a lot of people on the Discord, well, maybe a couple people on the Discord, replaying the original Silent Hill 2 and saying it still holds up. So I got to figure out, at least see what Silent Hill 2 is, if it lives up to the hype and being one of the best horror games ever. Even if it is a remake, I will be gaming it, even though I don't think it looks that good.
Yeah, some of the trailers and stuff have been a little bit hit and miss, but I'm still planning on picking it up because I've never played this game, so I'm going to game it.
I've also never played it and I'm interested, but I think I feel obligated to maybe play Alan Wake 2 first before this one. So it's going to go on my backlog, but I am interested in playing it, so I'm going to junk it for the time being.
This guy's scared of the Wake mob. Just Silent Hill 2, bud. Next up, October 8th, expansion for Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred. Kind of want to get back into Diablo, but I know I won't. Junk.
Yeah, I still want to go back and finish Diablo 4. This is another one that you would think maybe should be on Game Pass, but is not.
Pay for it, eh? Interesting.
So, but
it's on PC Game Pass.
Vessel of Hatred is?
Oh, sorry, not Vessel of Hatred. Sorry, Diablo 4 in general. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah. I forgot that it's not out on. Is it on console yet? On Game Pass or just PC?
Yes, it's on console. I downloaded it.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, it's a junk for me, but maybe down the road.
Junk for me as well. I've only put in like an hour into the base version, so I'm not ready for any DLC just yet.
October 10th, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, junk. We got to get moving.
Junk.
Game.
All right, Aki, we're holding you to this.
That's what the library's for, bud.
All right, October 11th, from the creators of Persona, Metaphor Refantasio, which I believe is coming to Game Pass. I might be wrong, but it is multi-platform. I kind of want to game this because getting into Persona just feels weird going in at 5 or 4 or P3. This is like a fresh start to try and get into these types of games. So I'm going to game Metaphor Refantasio.
It's junk for me, and from what I can see, it's not on Game Pass.
It's not?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought they were pushing it hard at that.
Yeah, it was definitely in
That's how they
some.
trick you. It was in every Xbox showcase, but it didn't have the day one Game Pass before.
Exactly.
Oh my god, they're great. Why can't you be more like PlayStation, Xbox?
I think I'm going to game this one too. It looks kind of cool. I really like Persona 5 style and everything, and Persona 4 is okay. So I'm going to game this one. I'm interested. Very interested.
Next up, October 11th, Europa Junk.
I'm gaming it. Looks like kind of a Breath of the Wild exploration based thing. Cool art style. If there's bad reviews, I may go back on that.
I agree. It does look like Breath of the Wild exploration with a cool art style, so I'm junking it.
I might change on that. October 15th, Neva, not sure. Developers of Gris or Greece. Can't pronounce any of their games, but I'm gaming it. It looks gorgeous.
Yep, I will game it as well.
Yeah, I'll game it. I like the art style.
Super Mario Party Jamboree. Is this the game Huck used a voucher on? Or is it Brothership? I will be junking Jamboree.
I'm going to game it.
I think I'm going to game it. And it was not the voucher purchase.
Okay. A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead. From the imagination of someone that borrowed an idea from the imagination of John Krasinski. I will be junking this game.
I mean, it would be cool if this was actually good, but it does look like pretty budget from what I've seen. So I'm going to junk it.
I'm also going to junk it. Is John Krasinski like the actor?
Yeah, he directed A Quiet Place, the original.
Did he
movie.
really?
And
Oh,
the
interesting.
sequel. And If Imaginary Friend. You got to check it out. His imagination just knows no bounds. October 17th, Arizona Sunshine Remake. I just bought Arizona Sunshine 2, which I'll never play, and re-downloaded the PS4 and PS5 versions of Arizona Sunshine, which I will also never play. And I'm junking this.
I'm gaming it, and I'm going to force Frank to play it with me.
All right, I'm gaming it then.
I don't really know anything about these games, so I'm junking it.
TMNT Mutants Unleashed. Didn't I? Oh, yeah, Sean made me keep this because he said, go ahead. I'm junking this. The new movie art style stinks.
Yeah, it is based on the new movie art style, but it looks like a co-op. I mean, it says it's a brawler, but it's like I believe it's like a top-down brawler. So it's not like Shredder's Revenge necessarily. I'm going to junk it, but I'm not writing it off. I will say that.
I'm also going to junk it. I'm not loving the art style either, and not loving the camera perspective. So junk.
Next up, Streets of Rogue 2. Love the title. That's October 22nd, pardon me. But I think these are like kind of sandbox games, which aren't really my thing. So I'm junking.
Yeah, haven't tried the first one. I'm junking it.
Also a junk. Haven't tried the first one either.
October 22nd, Sonic X Shadow Generations, a new Sonic game. Junking, of course.
Is it new or is it a remaster of?
It's new.
Okay, I'm just confused. Too many Sonic games. Half of them are.
It's referencing an old game, but kind of, I believe it's new levels and kind of how Sonic Generations did that with old Sonic games, I think.
Oh, okay. It says here it features two games, a remaster of Sonic Generations and a new game called Shadow Generations. So,
Whatever. We're junking. Hey,
yeah,
let's
I'm junking it.
Junk. Moving on.
worst franchise, most overrated franchise of all time. October 22nd, Linked, Banner of the Spark, which I wasn't aware of. You guys said it looked pretty good at Gamescom. I'm junking this. I hate the spelling of the title. That's number one.
Yeah, actually, the thing I hate about it is the logo. If you look up the logo, it makes it look like the game is O-linked
Oh
because
yeah.
there's a gear before linked and it looks like it's an O. But I did think it had some potential. I'm gonna give it a light game.
Yeah, I also, so this is kind of like I kind of compared it to Hades with a town building aspect to it, city building. And I thought the combat looked pretty fun and pretty cool. So I'm gaming it. And the city buildings part doesn't excite me, but the combat looks good. So I'm gaming it.
October 23rd, Wilmot Works It Out, sequel to Wilmot's Warehouse, I believe is the title. Is that right, Sean?
That's correct. It's not the same gameplay as Wilmot's Warehouse. This is like it's a puzzle game where you have to recreate images or something. I don't totally understand, but I'm kind of
Same
interested.
developers as Wilmot's Warehouse, I think. I am intrigued, but I didn't play Wilmot's Warehouse, so I'm going to junk.
I'm gonna game.
I think I'm gonna game as well. I liked Wilmot's Warehouse and I like these sort of mindless puzzly games. So I'm gonna game it.
October 24th, Romancing Saga 2. I thought this was a Romancing the Three Kingdoms game, and I was going to say I'm too close to death to get into this franchise now, but it's a JRPG, and
Yeah.
I'm junking it.
It's a remake or a remaster of a PlayStation game, I believe.
Yeah, I think the proper title of the remake is Romancing Saga 2: Revenge of the Seven.
Well, use your list, Sean. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
yeah. No, hey, it's my fault. I didn't realize that, but don't know anything about this series, so I am junking it.
I'm also gonna junk it. Never got into the first ones and or the originals, I should say. Although I'm the most RPG guy, but not this one's not for me.
Then that's not a good sign. October 25th, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 coming to Game Pass day one. I'll game it at some point for sure. I always play multiplayer with my friends for a bit, but maybe I'll just do it on Game Pass for a month this year.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to play a new Call of Duty game day one. I never buy these games, but the campaigns always intrigue me because they're usually pretty action packed and kind of
Super
flashy
high
and-
budget.
Yeah, so I'll be gaming it.
Yeah, I'll be gaming it as well. I watched a couple trailers and I just kind of was focusing on the particle effects and all the attention to detail, and I was just blown away. So, like Sean said, the campaigns are always so impressive. So I'm gonna game it.
Life is Strange Double Exposure, October 29th. If I'm playing the series, I'm going back to the first one and making my way through it, not getting in here unless it's Game of the Year potential, possibly. I doubt that will be the case, so I'm junking.
Yeah, I need to play one of these games at some point, but currently I don't think it'll be this one, so I'm gonna junk.
Yeah, there was another game that I think came out by Don't Nod that reminds me a lot of Life is Strange, and I'm more interested in that one. It was announced at Gamescom, I think. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But this one, I think I played Life is Strange 1 and 2, enjoyed them, but they kind of fell off for me. So I'm gonna junk this one as well.
October 31st, Halloween, Wanderer, The Fragments of Fate VR. I'm junking. Sean seems to be like, have a fucking rager for this game.
Yeah, I do actually. Because I played, so it's kind of this remake of a game that came out a couple years ago now, but like they've taken a long time to completely retool it and upgrade it. And like it was good then. So I've been kind of waiting and hoping that this is going to be like amazing. So I'm gaming it.
Junk for me.
Also on Halloween, Dragon Age: The Veilguard. I if anything, I kind of want to go back and try Inquisition. I played a lot of that and didn't finish it. Unless the reviews are great, I'm junking.
Yeah, this is, I mean, probably this will be something maybe I'll check out on EA Play when it eventually gets there or something, but I would say junk for now.
I mean, the real curiosity here is like, what's the state of BioWare, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
Huck, junk, or game?
Uh, I actually
God,
just
this
was
dude.
I was just searching and I didn't realize they'd even shown any gameplay yet, but there is a gameplay video I'm watching, but as I'm quickly scrubbing through it, it doesn't look that mind-boggling to me. And yeah, the state of BioWare is concerning for sure. Um, I'm gonna junk this, I think, for now.
Also on Halloween, Shadows of the Damned, or also known as Lords of the Shadow, Hella Remastered. I'm gaming. We've already covered that one a little bit.
I am junking, but I do want to play it at some point.
Junk for me.
Okay, this might be the other voucher game, November 7th, Mario and Luigi Brothership. I will be junking.
I will be gaming.
I will be vouchering. Yes, I will. And gaming. Yes. Once it had the co-op, once I saw the co-op aspect, I was like, this is perfect for the kids to play. So if I don't game, they'll be gaming. Someone in my house will be gaming.
I hope it's good. It looked pretty cool. November 8th, Slitterhead. Now, this has showed up and it looks kind of jank. And it's was it the original developer of Silent Hill, I think. But I can't tell if it's bad jank or intentional jank. And I have no way of telling that at this point, and for that reason, I'm junking.
Yeah, for that reason, I'm also out. But you know what? It is a little bit intriguing.
I'm also going to junk it. I can't tell.
November 12th, the game that must just feel like they've had bad luck. Anton Blast. They also decided to do a Wario Land inspired game, kind of like Pizza Tower, but Pizza Tower came out first, and now everyone thinks this game ripped off Pizza Tower, even though they both started developing at the same time, as far as I know. And this one actually looks visually much better to me. So I'm going to game Anton Blast.
Yeah, I want to give this game a chance as well. I'm going to game.
This game's looking a little too Sonic-like to me. I'm going to junk it.
Yeah.
Okay. November 14th, Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake. Now it's 3, but I believe in the Nintendo Direct at one point they said chronologically it goes 3, 1, 2. So the 1 and 2 are coming later. This is not exclusive to Nintendo. I'm pretty sure it's coming to every console. So I'll be able to play it on PlayStation. And Tim Rogers always says that the Dragon Quest games have one of the best combat systems and economies. And I've always wanted to figure out what it is. And I want to start at the beginning. And I think it'll be simple. And I love simple RPGs. So I'm in. In. What the fuck does in mean? Gaming.
I will junk this one.
I'm gaming. I'm in. I'm in gaming. I haven't played Dragon Quest 3, so I'm interested in. And Dragon Quest, what's the most latest? 12, I think, has always intrigued me because it has the ability to flip between the 2D and the 3D representation of that game. And I've liked what I played in that game. It's just so daunting and huge. It'd be nice to go back to an earlier time where these games weren't so gigantic. So I'm gaming.
Beautiful. We're all on the same page. November 14th, Skydance's Behemoth VR. Sean, you better go first.
I am obviously gaming.
I'm gaming as well.
I'm junking.
November 15th, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I play every Japanese open world game. How can I not play this? Uh, I think I'm going to game it, but I'm feeling pretty raw about buying $140 version of Outlaws to get early access and having my save corrupted. And I feel like I'm just going to go down the same path with this thing. So, you know what? I'm flipping junk. I'll play it 2 years when I'm out of every other game I've ever. There's no way I'm playing this game. Junk. What am I talking?
Well, I am keeping my Ubisoft Plus subscription long enough to play this game. I figure if I play this and Outlaws for, 60, $80, it's probably worth it. So I'll give it a chance. I am actually looking forward to it.
I'm interested in it, but I'm still trying to beat Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So maybe once I beat that, and then Origins, and then Valhalla, and then whatever's between Valhalla and this one, and then this one, I'll get to it eventually, but in like 10 years. So junk for now.
November 15th, Path of Exile 2, early access. These games visually, like it's Diablo-like, and I love the effects and the visuals, but I'm probably going to have to junk it, especially if it's early access.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to try it, but the early access thing, I don't think I'm going to jump in early, so I'm going to junk.
I also think it looks good, but I'm also going to junk it.
November 19th, Game Pass, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I got the vibe that Flight Simulator was when they rebranded it as Microsoft Flight Simulator, it was going to be a game as a service, and they're just going to keep adding to it. So they're definitely starting that double dip, which is fine, really. It's been many years since the rebirth of this game. So I'm junking, obviously, but.
Yeah, I mean, they have done DLC and stuff for the previous one, so I'm not sure exactly what makes this like a full new release. But I will be junking.
I'm also junking. I tried the first game or the first re-release and liked it, but I'm not eager to jump into another one.
November 20th, Stalker 2, also coming to Game Pass. This is very intriguing to me. I haven't played Stalker 1, but there is something about this, and I've heard many great things about the original Stalker games, so I'm a game probably via Game Pass for this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I mean, I have a feeling it's probably not for me, but I am curious and it's on Game Pass, so I will give it a chance. I will game.
I'm also interested in it. I never played the first one, but because of the Game Pass, I will also game. At least dabble.
December 6th, Marvel Rivals, their hero shooter, I guess. It's like third person. I'm definitely junking this.
Oh, it's a junk.
Yeah, I'm going to junk it too.
Too many of those. I'm dedicated to Blue Haze and Concord for my hero shooter. And I'm not kidding. I put like 30 hours in. December 9th, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Let me cue this soundboard here.
Mandatory.
Man, it's on a very far page. The only question is, do I play it on Game Pass? It's launching on Game Pass, or do I buy it on PlayStation next year? Think you know the answer. I'm junking for now.
Next year.
May game next year when I get some cookies with it.
And you'll get all the patches.
I'll definitely keep my Game Pass lingering and try this game. It feels like it'll either be good or be deliciously roastable.
I'm looking forward to it. I will be gaming it.
I was actually more looking forward to it until I watched the Gamescom video, which was just Troy Baker talking about how awesome it is to play Indiana Jones and not really talking about the game at all. So if this game did not have Troy Baker, I would be in 100%. But he is ruining it for me every time he comes out and does a press hit. But I'm still going to game it. And maybe I'll just listen to it on mute.
Hey,
Turn
or
off the voice acting and just subtitles.
you might even be able to do your cinema watching at 2 times speed with subtitles silent and
True.
play the other parts. But I'm sure he's got
Oh,
some like
that,
interstitial in-game dialogue that you might have problems.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll turn off. They always have they split out the audio though now. So I'll just turn the voice down and all the other sound effect cues up.
Sure.
Be
Yeah.
perfect.
December 10th, Monument Valley 3. I know this sounds like it's a big deal, but I've never played a Monument Valley game, so it's junk for me.
I mean, I really like the first two. I have to admit, it's the trailer, it just looks like more of the same. I was expecting there to be a little, because of the length of time, I thought there'd be a little bit something new there, but I'm still going to game it. It is on Netflix mobile. So if you have Netflix, it's free to play.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna game it. I have Netflix, so I will game. And I don't think I played Monument Valley 2, but I remember liking Monument Valley 1.
December 19th, Alien Rogue Incursion VR. I think it's PSVR 2 and Steam, maybe Epic Game Store. I'm not sure, but I want to say game for this, but I have a feeling it's going to be really bad. But whatever, I'll game it and play for 2 minutes and throw it out or whatever. Sean, you know you're gaming it. Are you gaming hard?
Well, I used all my game hards, but I mean, I'll be gaming it. I think the December 19th release date really has me worried because it's like tells me it's not ready, but they're just like shoving it in before the end of the year. So
Silver lining would be maybe people are going to get VR for Christmas and then they have to buy something from the store that day and it's brand new. You never know.
it's true.
It's too bad that they couldn't maybe force it a little earlier and try to hit like the Halloween window.
Yeah.
This seems like a scary-ish game that would be perfect around Halloween, but what's more scary than Christmas, I guess.
All right. We have 6 more games that have no official release date. Maybe a tentative one here, but supposed to come out before the end of 2024. I'm not sure about some of these. Lego Horizon Adventures, November 14th, a Horizon Lego game. Part of this new dedication to Blue Haze is replaying Zero Dawn and Forbidden West and Call of the Mountain VR. And then, of course, Lego Horizon Adventures, November 14th. Game.
Yeah, I'm probably going to game. I mean, I don't know. It's
hesitant game.
It's been a long time since I played a Lego game. I used to play a lot with the kids. They're kind of out of them now. So I don't know. I don't know if it's something I'm going to play on my own, but I'm going to say for now, game.
I'm gonna junk it. I'd rather go and play the original games, which I haven't all completed. So start there, work my way back.
Rise of the Golden Idol, obvious game, potentially game hard, but didn't get it.
Yeah, it's a game. I mean, I just hope it does come out this year.
Yeah, I think I've got a game hard left, don't I? I think so. I think I'm going to game hard this one.
Nice. I kind of felt like Brothership was almost a game hard, but you didn't use it, so you're good.
No, yeah. Unfortunately, I forgot.
Voucher, you vouchered it. It's like almost a third game. 2024, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Rita's Rewind, which we have raved about before. I will be gaming. I don't think it's coming out this year.
Yeah, I'm gaming. All these brawler games, I hope they come out, but it seems weird that a date hasn't been announced yet.
Same. Gaming, hesitant as going to come out. Looks great.
Okay, let's burn through these last few here. 2024, Toxic Crusaders. I'm junking that one.
I'll game it.
Junk.
G.I. Joe, The Wrath of Cobra. I'm junking.
I'm gaming.
Junk.
And Metro Awakening VR, which I really don't think is coming out this year, but I'll junk it.
I'll junk it as well. I guess the one thing is there is a Meta Connect showcase this month. That might be where they officially announce it, but otherwise, yeah, probably not coming out this year.
Interesting.
I'm going to junk it. For the Toxic Crusaders, did you guys watch that show?
No.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Like, are we gonna get like Captain Planet next, Brawler? Like, what's going on here?
That seems like the perfect property for these kind of games. I could see
Yeah,
it.
no
I
kidding.
think you will be.
It's like all 80s
Bucky
cartoons must
O'Hare,
be brawlers. Bucky O'Hare. Tailspin.
Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Yep.
We got to get them all. All right, that's it for Gamer Junk Fall Preview. We're at an hour and 5 minutes. I don't know if we're going to do what we played, maybe one thing. I'll just say, I have to talk about a solemn vow that was broken.
Oh boy.
I made a solemn vow to beat Red Dead Redemption 2 before we recorded this episode. And I fully intended to uphold my solemn vow. However, towards the end of chapter 6, I found out that I had a glitched quest, one of the optional honor missions that I'm trying to do all the missions. And it, like, I looked it up after I hit some fork in the road and I missed a bunch of stuff and I just can't handle that. So I'm going to go back to an old save and replay it all again. And I just couldn't do it right now. I'm like, okay, I just did all this. I cannot redo it all right now. I need a bit of a break. So I know I broke a solemn vow. I don't know what happens to me, but I feel like this is a legitimate excuse. I fully intended to do this, but the game kind of fucked me and I was not happy about it. And I've been having quite a few bugs with it here and there, to be honest, with missions and freezing. So just pushing it aside for a little bit longer. I played a bunch this week and I did some really cool missions. The air balloon mission is amazing. Sorry if that's spoiler, and some other stuff. It's still really liking it, but I have to redo a bunch of stuff and I was just not in the mood this week or this weekend.
I think you could spoil it. It was our game of the year like 10 years ago. We should all know about that mission, right? We should all know about it.
Absolutely.
And I'll just say I've been playing a ton of Concord and getting better and really liking it.
Well, speaking of bugged quests or missions, I'm very close to beating Cat Quest 3, platinuming it, I should say. I've beaten it. But I missed a couple pieces of equipment. But I think the equipment is dropped randomly because I know I've opened a chest, got like a gun, and then died, and then opened that chest again and got something completely different. So it's kind of random drops, loot drops in that regard. So I'm not necessarily surprised I didn't get everything my first run, but there is a quest related to a mermaid. And you have to kind of talk to her and then do this kind of fetch quest thing around. And when you come back after fetching all the things, there's a person that's talking to her. And if you don't sit around and watch the entire, like a few seconds of the conversation, the trophy doesn't pop for completing that quest. And the text is not like a normal dialogue box where you have to skip through. It's just a free form dialogue boxes popping up around you. You still have full movement. So, I mean, I must have not been close enough while, you know, the third text box popped off. So it never fired off for me. And then I went into a dungeon, did some other stuff, and it never happened. So I missed that trophy in my first run through. Luckily, when you beat it, there's New Game Plus, and the game is open right from the beginning. So I basically was able to beeline right up to that spot, even though there's some tougher enemies, and redo that quest quickly and get it. But it's really a poor design for that trophy pop. So be on the lookout.
Yeah, I soft locks in a ranger, outlaws for me as a corrupted save. So I'm getting really sick of these glitch quests.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll talk briefly about Outlaws, which I've played probably 5 or 6 hours now, and I've had some bugs. I've heard a lot of people saying that they've had like a lot of huge issues, and obviously Frank encountered a big one. I've seen some smaller ones, more like cosmetic and stuff, nothing too crazy.
To be fair, my issue, I didn't have any issues. I just got an email saying I was going to have issues if I didn't.
Right, yeah. But yeah, like I am getting into the game, compared to like the first half hour, 45 minutes I had played before. Like I'm enjoying sort of exploring and, combat is okay. It's a little bit, um, I don't know if clunky is the right word, but it just, it doesn't feel amazing, but it's okay. Obviously, stealth is kind of where the focus of the game is at, and there are sections where it's like forced stealth, where it's like if you alert anybody, you fail and start over at the beginning of that section. I'm not the biggest fan of that stuff, but it's just kind of trial and error. There's like a perfect route, and you got to find that route, and once you do, it's fine. So that's okay. I would say that the stuff I'm liking the best is the speeder bike feels pretty good, kind of flying around the landscape and stuff. That's pretty good. I do like the use of Nix, is that the name of your pet? I like the use of him as like a distraction and sending him to pick up stuff or like open hatches for you and stuff. That's kind of cool. um, the abilities skill tree type thing is kind of weird in this game. Like it's mostly you have to actually do certain activities and then you'll unlock that ability and then you'll be able to work towards the next one. But they really don't, there's no tutorial or anything. Like it just was something I was kind of flipping through the menus and I was like, oh, okay, what do I need to do here? So it seemed kind of weird to me that they didn't really explain it. But um, yeah, I guess the maybe my biggest complaint is I feel like when you're sneaking around, they do kind of have like the Last of Us style listen ability where you can kind of see through walls and kind of get a sense of where enemies are, but it doesn't work very well. Like I don't, it's supposed to be focused on your pet. Like you hold down up on the D-pad and your pet can kind of tell you where people are, I guess. But like it's very faint. Like I still don't like a lot of times I'm wandering around and I feel half blind where I don't really know where the enemies are and stuff. Maybe some people prefer that. I don't, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna keep playing it. We'll see how it holds up when a few other bigger games come out and kind of vie for my attention. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. It's feels like a 7.5 game to me so far, and I think I saw it's not too long, so I wasn't minding it, and I did like the widescreen presentation. I just and it's very polished with UI, but I'm just red deaded out. So maybe by the end of the year. All right, anything else anyone needs to bring up this week or wants to?
Just quickly, I mentioned last time we talked about I played the Beyond, which was like a ship. You play as a ship captain. It's like a story-based game, and you have to make choices. And
I've seen the cover art for this game so many times.
Yeah, it's a really cool game, actually. I really like it. But then, kind of similar to it, I picked up from the library the remake of Oregon Trail and was playing that. And I realized like these games are basically exactly the same. It's about, traveling through time and having to make decisions, like story-based decisions that impact your crew and stuff. In Oregon Trail, it's like a group of like 4 people. But it's really like very similar games, and the Oregon Trail game is surprisingly well done. I enjoyed it. I don't think I'd ever played the original Oregon Trail, and this one has you make some interesting decisions, and they give you like just enough information that you could probably make the right choices. And how they let you discover things is neat. So I don't know. I thought it was a pretty fun game from what I played. I think I played the first 2 or 3 hours. I think I'm like 40% through the game, so it's obviously not a very long game. And yeah, it's a fun little game to try out if you're interested in this sort of like storytelling with impact type games. I don't know. How do you describe these games? I don't know. What do they describe Oregon Trail as?
Well, it's kind of a strategy game, I think, right? Like
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
The original was kind of like a classic of school classrooms. That's where I originally played it. And
Yeah.
but like so this is like a new, like this is the 2021 version you played, like the
No,
most?
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. I saw it. I guess my library just got it. I thought it came out this year, but I guess they must have just got a copy. And yeah, I thought it had come out this year. I was obviously mistaken because yeah, I'm looking at it now. It says 2021.
on
But
sale right now.
but yeah, it's a pretty fun game.
I really like
mean-
the visual style. Like I remember the kind of green looking original graphic, like from early PCs, and
Yeah,
I think it looks quite good. I was not aware that that's what the remake looked like.
yeah, yeah. It's enjoyable.
Oh, this is a Game Loft game.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that actually when the title screen came up. I was like, oh, Sean.
I had no involvement.
Yes, that's it for me.
Sean, anything else you want to mention?
No, I'll save everything else for next week.
Yeah, could be a shorter show. Schedules are very full for the upcoming week. So September's just weirdly a busy month and kind of summer in terms of concerts and events. So show schedule could be a bit scattered coming up. So just keep an eye out for new episodes. Subscribe on youtube.com/game junk. Discord links are there as well. And thank you for watching or listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.